We have more exciting action from the 2010 ITSF World Cup and World Championships as we bring you the men's singles final. This should be a great matchup between two of the truly great players in all the world of table soccer. Frédéric COLLIGNON, considered by most to be the greatest player in the history of the sport, and certainly the best player going right now, will be on the right side. On the left, Ryan Moore, the outstanding, talented young American, just 21 years old. Here we go. It is best 3 games out of 5. We'll open up the match on the Roberto Sport table, which of course is COLLIGNON's home table. We'll then move to the Tornado for the second game, back to Roberto Sport for game 3. And if necessary, a 4th game on Tornado. Then, of course, the 5th game, that exciting multi-table format. 2 balls on each table until someone wins by 2. Frédéric COLLIGNON, what more can you say about this great player from Liège, Belgium? He has done it all, and done it all many, many times, both on the European Tour, the International Tour, of course, and in America as well, where the competition level is so high. Frédéric COLLIGNON, also the most dominant player, most dominant European certainly to ever play in America, but also when you look at his record on the American Tour, it is truly second to none. Ryan Moore, as we mentioned, just 21 years old. Ryan won the World Junior Championship when he was 18 back in 2007, and he's now tied this first game up at 1 apiece. As usual, the key in most matches is to win on your home table and then try to steal one on your opponent's table. But both of these players very good on both tables. We've already documented the record of Frédéric COLLIGNON on the Tornado table, but Ryan Moore, as we have been watching him here this weekend, and of course last year as well, very, very good on the Roberto Sport table. COLLIGNON now looks for the lead. We're tied at 1 here in game number 1. But Moore able to block that effort to the near corner. One thing Ryan Moore does very well is shoot the ball from the goalie position. Frédéric COLLIGNON will generally pass from his 2-rod to his 5 and then occasionally shoot the ball with the left hand. But Ryan Moore really utilizes that 2-rod as an offensive weapon. Referee for this match, for this men's singles final, is Yuri Otten. Ryan will get the ball back. Still 1-1 here in game 1. Ryan off that inside wall towards the goal, then picks up the rebound, and Moore can take the lead here in game 1. Of course, Ryan shoots a snake shot, which is very effective on all 5 of the ITSF sanctioned tables, the official tables. And you can say the same about Frédéric COLLIGNON's standard European-style front pin. Although usually on the Tornado table, the front pin is not necessarily a strong weapon. But the great Belgian over the years has proven that it can be done. Now, no one else has come along that can shoot the ball with great effectiveness on the Tornado table. And we'll see Fred in the second game as he uses that shot on that table. But it's one of the remarkable things about this guy, this man with the ball, COLLIGNON, at the top of your screen. There you see him. Is his ability to use a shot, the pin, the front pin, the standard front pin on a Tornado table that really no one else has ever been super effective with. COLLIGNON taking his time, tried to take it out to that far side, and Ryan Moore stayed home to make the block. He takes it away and then fires it up the table and in. Good, solid defense leads to some good, aggressive offense for Ryan Moore. And he now has surged ahead 2-1 here in game number 1. COLLIGNON back along that near wall. And again, talking about it early on, the weapon, the 2-rod of Ryan Moore. Where in the singles format, he gets so many of his scores. COLLIGNON working it up the table. Ryan Moore gets a piece of that one. Comes back to Fred. His pass attempt blocked in again by Moore, who stabs it towards the goal. Left-handed effort just wide of the goal by COLLIGNON. And Fred able to pick up the rebound and set it up. Quick shot far side, blocked and taken away by Moore. Ryan sliced that one to the short corner. And again, the transition game, the hand speed of both of these players. You saw Fred get the left hand back there so quickly to keep it in his zone. However, Ryan able to make the steal here, and Moore now looks for a 3-1 lead early on his opponent's home table, and he gets it. So Ryan Moore has come out to get 3 of the first 4 on the Roberto Sport table here in game number 1. Of course, Frédéric COLLIGNON, the heavy favorite entering this match. COLLIGNON has never lost a final in singles at the Multi-Table World Championships. COLLIGNON able to pass this one along the wall. Quick shot again, taken away by Moore. Solid opening effort by the American, and that one off the outside wall, off the corner of the goal, and then off COLLIGNON's man. It's 4-1. Fred coming right back, passing it through, setting it up, and stroking it home. It's 4-2. But Ryan Moore in control early on the Roberto Sport table. And passing it through the lane. Moore can win game number 1. Ryan sets it up, strokes it home, and Ryan Moore, the American, comes out and steals the opening game on COLLIGNON's home table. He leads 1-0 after a 5-2 win. We move to the Roberto Sport, from the Roberto Sport table to the Tornado table as we open up game number 2. This is Ryan Moore's home table, but Frédéric COLLIGNON has won something like 25 individual world championships on this table. So it is not unfamiliar to him. In fact, in many ways, you could call it his home table as well. Although Fred just so good on every table. That shot attempt blocked by COLLIGNON up into the air and off the table. COLLIGNON will put it back into play in his goal area. Fred able to get this one through. No score. Second game. Ryan Moore leading 1-0. Ryan able to make the steal on that wall pass. But COLLIGNON takes it right back. Both players playing outstanding defense so far here in this second game. No score. COLLIGNON again looks to advance it, but Ryan showed him that hole, then took it away. Moore able to pass that one into the goal. That was a pass that angled in. It's 1-0. Ryan Moore leads 1-0 in games and score as COLLIGNON looks to answer. Fred does as he finds that hole to the near side. It's 1-1. Ryan Moore will get another opportunity here. Ryan sets up the snake shot, walks it, and strokes it home. It's 2-1. Ryan Moore always so aggressive, always keeps coming right at you. Very focused individual. A young man, only 21 years old, who wants to be the best in the world. Well, he's got a chance today to win the world championship, his first. At least at the open division. Ryan slices that one into the goal. It's 3-1. So far, Ryan Moore in this match has outscored the great Frédéric COLLIGNON 8-3. And he leads 3-1 here in the second game, already up 1-0. COLLIGNON trying to fight back. Passes this one through and quickly converts near side. It's 3-2. (3-2) lead for Ryan Moore. 1-0 lead for Moore. That left hook just went wide of the goal as he tried to shoot it with the 5-rod. And Collignon now can begin to work the ball up the table, looking to go 2-rod to 5-rod, which he does. Now steps into the forward position and looks to advance it 5-3, and he does that as well. Now looking to go 3 to the back of the goal, so a signature Collignon possession. Took it from goal to 5-rod to 3-rod to back of the goal. And just like that, we're tied at 3. That pass attempt off a man, off another man, and trickles in. And Ryan Moore up 4-3. Usually, Collignon is going to keep that ball out. Right along that near wall can tie it at 4. But Moore there to block it and take it away. Ryan Moore just a goal away from taking a 2-0 lead. Shot down the middle, taken right back by Collignon. Fred takes his time and calls time out. Frédéric COLLIGNON will put the ball back into play, trailing 4-3, trailing 1-0 on Ryan Moore's home table, the Tornado. Collignon strokes it to that near corner, off the post, rebounded by Moore. Ryan shot attempt back and around and in. It's 4-4, so good defensive play there by Frédéric Collignon, who got a man on it. It hit off his inside wall, banked in, and Frédéric Collignon now just a goal away from evening this matchup at a game apiece. But Ryan able to go along that near wall. Moore will have a shot attempt here to take a 2-0 lead. Ryan. We'll call timeout. Ryan Moore will step back to the table with possession of the ball on his 3-rod, and he'll have an opportunity to win game number 2 as he puts it back into play. Here we go. Moore from snaked shot position. Walks it and strokes it down the middle. It's 2-0 in favor of the American. Watch here as Ryan really took his time beautifully and then found that straight hole just past the big dot in the center. So Frédéric Collignon in unfamiliar territory, finding himself down 2-0. And again, Collignon has never lost a match in elimination play at a multi-table ITSF event. Here we go. Back on Collignon's home table at Roberto Sport. Fred able to pass it along that near wall and quickly convert. It's 1-0. Fred coming with energy. He's down 2-0, but never out of a match until it's over, of course. Ryan Moore again showing you just how comfortable he is on the Roberto Sport table with that chip up angle. And the snake shot near side. It's the 2010 ITSF World Championships, the final of men's singles. Jim Stevens and the Kazoom Productions team here to bring you all the excitement of the world's greatest event. We're tied at 1 here in game number 4. Collignon looking to come back from a 2-0 deficit, and understanding the importance of this particular possession, Collignon's going to use an early game timeout. Trying to get back in the match, trying to develop some momentum. Collignon knows that if he scores this, he very well could then use that momentum to continue on and win this game and potentially, eventually, the match. Collignon putting it back into play. Looking for the hole and finds it as he strokes that one home. It's 2-1. Collignon with all the adrenaline now and a little bit of the momentum. Ryan Moore leading 2-0. Stolen away here by Collignon, however. Fred sits, fakes, trying to go back to that far side again. Moore just not giving up that far corner. Makes the block. Rebound comes to the 5, but Collignon steals it right back with those quick hands and then quickly executes near corner. It's 3-1. And we've got a timeout. Ryan Moore will put the ball back into play. He leads 2-0, but Collignon has come out in this third game, to get 3 of the first 4 goals. And he makes a steal, then a quick shot far side. It's 4-1. Frédéric COLLIGNON, as expected, I think, getting back into the match. And he steals it away here from Moore. Ryan able to pick up the loose ball. Collignon able to steal it. And it's 2-1 as we head back over to the tornado table. Great opening performance by Ryan Moore, who won the first 2 games in about 12 minutes to jump ahead of the great Belgian. But Collignon won game number 3 in under 5 minutes to send it to a 4th game, and Ryan Moore puts it into play. Can't hold on to the first pass, stabs it forward, able to grab it on his 3-rod. Ryan looking to score first here in the 4th game. Remember, if we do go to a 5th game, it's that multi-table format, 2 balls on each until someone wins by 2. That would look at a few of the Team USA members, including the great American player Greg Perry. Pass attempt up the middle. Collignon can't hold on to it the first or second time. Moore able to pick it up on his 5-rod. Ryan able to advance it. So Moore back on his home table, the tornado. Sets up the snake shot. Walks it. And strokes it home. It's 1-0. Ryan Moore wants it. Wants it back. He is a hungry young player. Moore has it stolen away by Collignon, who can tie it at 1 here in Game 4. Of course, both of these players will be competing this weekend in the World Cup event. Ryan for Team USA, the defending champions. Collignon for a very strong Belgian team, and Collignon able to find that corner. It's 1-1. This is the 3rd version of the World Cup event, the national team event. First one back in 2006, of course, won by Austria. The Americans won in 2009, and are favored this year, I think, to win it as well. Still 1-1 here in the 4th game. Banked off the outside wall by Moore. Picked up by Collignon, who sends that one up the table. And Fred will look to pass it this time. Collignon, that hard rush pass that is so hard to stop along that outside wall from his 2-rod to his 5. Fred now steps into the forward position. Ryan with the block on the 5. Collignon again. Moore gets a piece of it, then grabs the rebound in his goal area. 1-1 here in the fourth game, 2-1 lead for Ryan Moore. Ryan fires that one down the middle on goal. Quick shot attempt by Collignon, blocked by the 3-rod of Moore. Collignon again looking to pass, does get it through. But Ryan able to take it away. Ryan Moore for the lead. Collignon with a block. Ryan again showing those quick hands, able to snag the rebound. He'll set it up again. Tried to go back far side. Rebound spins back to the 5 of Collignon. And Fred now can take the lead. Both players have been very good defensively throughout the match, as Collignon's going to use a timeout here.
Un partout dans cette quatrième manche et 2 manches à 1 pour Ryan Moore.
Uriot, the referee, looking on as Collignon will step back to the table and put it back into play. Shooting for the lead, Belgium's Frédéric COLLIGNON. Tried to go back to that far side, blocked by Moore, up into the air and off the table. Still 1-1 here in the fourth game. Ryan putting it into play. Sets up the pull shot, then comes back with an outside slingshot into the goal. Great play by Moore. It's 2-1. Pass attempt by Collignon. Nice save by Moore. Again, the transition game. Offense to defense. Forward to goalie in this case. So quick. Ryan brings it back to that short side. It's 3-1. 2 in a row from the 2-rod from Ryan Moore. He's now just 2 goals away from the ITSF World Championship in men's singles, and he picks up the ball here in his goal area. And look out now. Ryan tried to bank it off the outside wall, and there he is to grab it on his 3-rod. He'll now set it up and look for a 4-1 lead. And he gets it. Ryan Moore has a world championship point. He leads 4-1 here in the fourth game, already leading 2-1. Collignon able to pass it along that near wall. And Fred cuts the lead to 4-2 as he hits that near corner. But it remains championship point for Ryan Moore, and Ryan is going to use a timeout. Ryan Moore putting it into play. Pass attempt blocked back towards his goal. He keeps it out, and that ball is going to roll to a dead stop. Referee Uriot says go ahead and put it back into play. Ryan Moore does. He needs just 1 goal to win the world title. Shot down the middle on goal. It spins back to Moore, and he can do it right here. Ryan sets up the snake shot, looking for the world championship. Moore strokes it home, and there it is. 21-year-old American Ryan Moore of Lexington, Kentucky has won The 2010 ITSF World Men's Singles Championship, defeating the great Collignon in 4 games. What a performance by Ryan Moore, culminated by this shot down the middle.
Frédéric COLLIGNON, vice-champion du monde pour l'équipe de Belgique. Applaudissements pour Frédéric COLLIGNON.